Ever felt like you just can't put down your phone when studying or going about your everyday life? Don't worry, you're not alone. Think of all the people you see on the bus or the train with their devices practically glued to their hands and their earphones stuck in. We've even normalised the word iPad kid in our society. Want to understand why this is? Have no fear, a social world is here. This new podcast season will discuss the issues surrounding algorithms and the consequences they have on users, including addiction and other issues. And I'm your host, Gracie Mackey. The podcast is an easy listen. However, we do delve into the severity of the consequences social media can have. We will dissect issues that currently affect users and creators. Therefore, the podcast has relevance to the present day. The podcast audience can be for any age and any demographic. However, the target audience would definitely be for a younger demographic, from ages 13 to 30, considering the popularity of TikTok and Instagram for those ages, which is the main subject matter of the podcast. The language is easy to understand and new concepts are explained in plain English so that everyone can listen. In our first pilot episode called Championing TikTok's Visibility Game, with the help of a very special guest, we discuss TikTok's algorithm and the good and the bad side to it. We invite TikToker Sebi Laz, who has over 3.6 million followers and 97 million likes on the platform, to give his input on how the algorithm has affected his work and some tips on how to stay relevant in such a highly competitive sport that is staying visible on the platform. These include trends and working with brands. With the help of academic sources such as Lupinacci's article, Absent-Mindedly Scrolling Through Nothing, which explains how media platforms have adapted their software to adopt algorithms that grab the user's attention and keep it, we further dissect the issue. Users have been so accustomed to this occurring that they don't even realise that this tactic is in place. We give our listeners a thorough explanation of how the TikTok For You page works, just in case they don't know it as well. Here is a quick 30-second snippet from my pilot episode that discusses the visibility game on TikTok. With all the trends I see popping up on my For You page and new creators, can you please give us a bit of an insight about how you manage to stay relevant and challenge the TikTok algorithm?
You really have to be on top of it because the algorithm's always changing. TikTok algorithm is so different to any other platform. I'm sure anyone you speak to will tell you that it's the most personalized you'll ever find. So I guess just kind of focusing on which videos take off and then analyzing what locations or what time I posted and stuff like that was kind of the way I did it.
Our second episode, The Eventual Decline to Being Cyborgized, contends with the ethics surrounding the human race's eventual decline towards cyborgization. We discuss deeper about the addictiveness of absent-mindedly scrolling through social media from our first episode into the ways fragmentation turns into continuity to maximize attention. We also discuss current issues surrounding the emergence of total dependence on mobile phones within our daily lives. For example, always needing a mobile phone to scan into every business and venue we enter. Or how about how we no longer even need maps, compasses, or torches anymore, considering our mobile phones can now do all that for us. This leads us to also discuss skeuomorphism, where old dimensions are no longer even needed. However, the new interfaces still reflect their former outputs. Lastly, we ponder how microchipping can take the place of scanning QR codes, and we discuss TikToker Chip Girl here, who has an RFID readers throughout her smart house that she uses to open doors and cupboards using the microchip that is implanted into her. Here is another 30-second snippet from this episode. Research has shown that these tactics can trigger detrimental effects on users in the form of addiction because every moment becomes pregnant with historical possibilities, even if the overwhelming majority of the time it's ordinary. Effects that can be triggered include withdrawal symptoms, increased conflict with family and friends, salience to life, and mood modifications such as excitement, fatigue, and anxiety. Thank you for listening. I can't wait to hear your feedback.